Free time. Looks like he's drifted just a little bit wide there. It's quite missed the apex a little bit. SIMLiga, welcome to the stream. So hungover, not sure I can race. This is the British way. On a British track. Wife won her citizenship. Well, congratulations on that. That is awesome, awesome news. I'm very happy to hear that. Alright, that is the practice session over. Big Latino party last night. Muchas cervezas, see? Alright, this is it then. This is qualifying. And it's going to be a very tricky one. 13 cars trying to get on a circuit with lap times around the 46-47 second mark. And Arthur Graves just gone straight out. Cerveza? Nah, tequila! Tequila, tequila! Man, it looks like there's some ding-dongs going on already. Is that Gajewski? It is, it's Gajewski and Grat. The two leaders of the championship getting straight out on track. They are not going to mess about. I can tell you that for note. Alright, can we ride on board with Gajewski? There we go then, as we go for a lap of the very short Brands Hatch circuit. Coming into T1 then as we cross the start-finish straight. You can brake ridiculously late for this one, just at that last brake marker board. Let the car clip the apex nicely, very careful. It's very easy to spin on this last corner. Braking as you come under the bridge, hitting the apex, very patient on the power. This corner goes away from you on the exit. Using the bit of runoff, then you bring the car to the right-hand side. As you brake, turn in, hit the apex nicely. You can use a little bit of that runoff on the side, but it's not extended all the track there. As we come into this sweeping right-hander, it's just a little lift. As you come into the second apex, braking there, swing the car in, hit the second apex, and your exit is completely blind, so you just got to put the power down and hope for the best. And what's this lap time going to be for Gajewski? It's going to be a 48 seconds, 0.2. So he goes on the board first of any of the drivers. Let's hope no one runs out of fuel before the finish line. Well, that did happen last race. We saw that with Dario Imola. I don't know if he's actually in the server tonight. That would be a shame, because he was fighting for the championship. But after last race, he might have decided not to. But look at this. Arthur Gra, he's gone purple in Sector 1. Can he make it a purple Sector 2? He certainly can. And what's Sector 3 going to be for Grav? Gajewski is just ahead of him, so Gajewski could still improve his lap time. But let's see what happens as they come across this start-finish straight then. That's Gajewski. He's going to make his lap, finish his lap. And Arthur Gra has gone provisional pole, 1.5 tenths ahead of Gajewski. That's going to be good news for him if they can keep this momentum up. Now remember, in practice, the fastest man in practice was actually Victor Correa, but I don't see him. Here he is. He's going to put in his lap time, or he's just going to start his lap now. Let's see what Victor Correa can do, the fastest man in practice, by, I believe it was 4 thousandths of a second. And if he gets pole position by that amount, Gajewski and Gra are going to be not best pleased, I can tell you that. Alright, as he comes across then, goes left, lets the car run out wide to that right-hand side, into the sweeping left-hander. And then braking at that second apex, and there's the third apex. Blind on the exit, get on the power, hope for the best. And let's see what Victor Correa can do, the man from Tugas Racing. Very big, well-known racing team, but it's only enough for P4, 7 tenths behind. So we'll see if he can improve on his time. Meanwhile, Gajewski, he's improved on his time. Only less than a tenth. And it looks like someone just spun off there. Oh, and it looks like Gras having a bit of a mare. He had a purple sector 1 and purple sector 2, so I'm not sure what happened to him. That might be a bit of an incident that might be getting investigated after the race. Just to make my job as steward a little bit more spicy. So currently, a man in P3 is Mission Spin Out. He's currently in the pits, so he's not out on track. So Terrace Talk, he's looking to get a good points haul over Chris Walker today, as they're very close in the championship too. And so Terrace Talk currently P7, so he is 3/10 quicker than Chris Walker at the minute. Which is a very small amount of time in, especially on a short circuit like this. It doesn't look like he's improving, and I think Gajewski's just gone quicker again. A purple sector 1 from Gajewski. What's his sector 2 time going to be? Ooh, it's not a purple sector 2, he's going to need a good sector 3 if he wants to get that provisional pole position. And meanwhile, Correa's just put in a 47.5, gone 3/10 faster than Gras. So it's now Correa, the fastest man in practice, was the fastest man on pole. What's Gajewski going to do? Is it going to be a purple sector 3? It is, he's just overtaken Gras, but still 2/10 behind Correa. Meanwhile, Gras still 3/10 behind. Let's see if he can respond, as he's just coming across the line to start his flying lap. We'll see what Gras can do. These guys in a league of their own yet again. A second separates them from the rest of the grid as it stands. With Correa the fastest man on track. We know he's quick. We've seen Correa go quick in other series as well. He was the fastest man at the Nürburgring in the sled series last week. But it looks like he's the fastest man currently on track today. And no, Gras sector 1 is not purple. But he has got a little bit of slipstream, but it might hold him up, might, this car. And I believe that's El Naji who's probably going to hold him up, and he just sneaks past, but it is going to hold him up, and that's going to ultimately ruin his lap time, unfortunately. We're in the final 8 minutes, so just coming up to the halfway point in qualifying, so he's still got time to get back on pole. And if Correa can be fighting these two for the podium positions, it's certainly going to throw a curveball into the championship. Remember, Gajewski and Gras level on points in this championship. Such a competitive championship. We're at the halfway point of the season, coming into the second half of the season, this race. And the two top drivers are on the exact same points. This is an absolutely enthralling championship. Meanwhile, it looks like Soteris Talk has improved his lap time. He's now challenging Spinow by only 0.08 of a second between them two, so Soteris Talk doing well. Hopefully, I think he got a drive-through penalty last race, so he'll be hoping to avoid that. But let's go back with Arthur Gras. It's a green sector 1, so he's improved his own time, but he's not... It's a purple sector 2, though. Let's see what happens in the final sector. He's going to come across the finish line any minute now. And can Gras go pole, or at least get in front of Gajewski? It can! And again, Gras is P2 by a tiny, tiny margin. 0.05 of a second behind Correa. Every minuscule bit of time you can find on this circuit counts. So can Gajewski respond? It looks like he's going to have a bit of traffic on this lap. So that could hold him up. It looks like Maz Nera's improved as well. He's only 9/10 behind the leader now. And look at this between Mission Spinow and Soteres Torque. Only 2/1000th of a second to separate them. And the same with Chris Walker and the new driver, Sonny Malucci. Again, tiny margins separating these drivers, but now let's go back to Gajewski. He's got a purple Sector 1, not so much in Sector 2, but what's Sector 3 going to do for him? Is he going to re-overtake Gras? He's improved his own time, but it's not enough to overtake Gras. What a crazy qualifying session this has been. It's only qualifying and I'm already getting a sore throat. Enthralling stuff. Alright, we're in the final 5 minutes of practice then. Time is running out for Gajewski. The man currently joint P1 in the championship. And he's going to have traffic. Is the car in front going to yield? I think that's might actually be Gras, so Gras will know he wants to win this fair and square, so he'll probably give him the space, but is Gajewski going to have some traffic here? Is this Danny Caffey or... No, it's Nicola Chima. There should be enough of a gap for Gajewski to get a good lap in, but it's not a purple Sector 1. He might pick up a bit of slipstream, which might help him. And no, Sector 2 is not purple either. So still, Correa, the fastest man on track, by a small margin. He did get a purple Sector 3, did Gajewski, so he's closed the gap down to just over a tenth. Yeah, a tenth behind pole. There hasn't been any in the midfield from what I can see. A green Sector 1, a green Sector 2. If he gets another purple Sector 3, this could put him ahead of Gras, possibly pole. Let's see what he does. And it is a purple Sector 3. But it's not an overall improvement. And let's see if Gras out. He is. He's just on a purple Sector 2. His Sector 1 wasn't so good, so it's all going to be about Sector 3 here. Can he overtake Correa and get that pole position? A purple Sector 3, but unfortunately his first sector has just let him down a bit there. Still 500ths of a second between P1 and P2, and just over a tenth to separate the top three drivers. And championship-wise, nothing. He's done a purple Sector 1 as Gras. Could this be the lap? And Gajewski's nicked it. Gajewski's just gone pole with a 47.4. Can Gras respond with a final 2 minutes? He can. It's a purple Sector 2. What's his Sector 3 time going to be? This is when the fast times are going to come in, when the cars have burnt off all the fuel. Let's see what it's going to be as he comes to the start-finish straight. Can he take that top position away from Valentin Gajewski? This is Arthur Gras, who's gone 3 purple sectors. But it looks like it wasn't enough. It looks like Gajewski's sectors were the fastest. And now Correa, he's 500ths of a second behind Gajewski. Gras less than a tenth. This is such a tight qualifying. It were always bound to be on such a short circuit like this. As we come into the final minute, this is the do-or-die laps for these drivers now. as we look to the midfield as well, it looks like Soteris Talk is 4/10 quicker than Chris Walker, so there's not going to be much between them. Remember, they're only separated by a couple of points in the championship. Ruth and Good, welcome to the stream. It is a very tight competition. It certainly is. Currently in the championship standings, Valentin Gajewski and Arthur Grass separated by 0 points, but this is the qualifying results for you. Valentin Gajewski steals pole position of Victor Correa by 0.05 of a second. Arthur Grass going to start from P3. And then we have Maz Nera P4, Mission Spinal, Soteris Talk, Chris Walker, and new drivers Sonny Malucci, Alessandro Rebec, Nicola Cima, Danik Cafe, Alessandro Mallard, and Saleh El Naji. Man, what a qualifying session that was. It's not even the race, and it's going to be a crazy, crazy one. If you've just joined us, welcome to the stream. This is the SIMLiga Aquila CR1 Championship. This is round 5 as we come into the second half of the season. We're at Kent at the Brands Hatch Indy circuit, a very tight circuit. Lap times way under 1 minute here. And I'll be a commentator for today. That's me, Jord Evans. Thank you very much for joining us. If you want to join SIMLiga, you can do !SIMLiga in the chat. This current championship is fully booked, but they have 2 other championships currently underway, and it'd be loved to see you in those. But here they are, the lineup on the grid. Watch out for the drunk guy, Walker. Oh, we definitely will be. But here it is then. As the cars line up on the grid for 30 minutes of racing at the Brands Hatch Indy circuit, and off they go. Valentin Gajewski leads. He leads Victor Correa, who leads Gra. And it looks like... oh no, he's gone down to P3, has he? Oh no, there we go. That's Maz Nera in P4. And it looks like Gajewski is going to pull ahead. Let's see what's happening to Correa. He falls down the pack. Arthur Gra has got ahead of him. And that's going to be good news for Gra if he wants to get ahead of the championship in this race. So a brilliant start by Gra, and it looks like he's already going on the offensive. There's a little bit of contact, but Gra gets through on lap 1. He is wasting absolutely no time getting past Gajewski, and it looks like Maz Nera's having a little look as well, right on the back of him. But it doesn't look like he can get the move done. And it looks like Gra's actually going to pull a bit of a gap ahead as the finish for the first lap. And so, is it side by side? Nera and Gajewski. And it looks like Nera might actually get the move done here as he goes up the inside of Gajewski. And it looks like Correa's having a look as well, but he just gets muscled out. And Maz Nera does go up to P2. He overtakes Gajewski. Gajewski falling down the order here. And Correa, he might have a little bit of a look as well. But it looks like they all slot back in. Meanwhile, it looks like Gra is pulling ahead a little bit. But this is the current battle on track for P2. Maz Nera currently in P2, leading Gajewski, leading Correa. And Gra is on fire, very nice. It certainly is. And he's just off. He's taken off as Gra. Meanwhile, Nera is going to be holding up Gajewski, which is going to be good news for Gra. And it looks like we've got a little bit of a battle behind them. Victor Correa, he's having a look at Gajewski. And not too far behind him is Mission Spinal as well, so he's going to be trying to make a move on that. Let's have a quick look a little bit further down the grid, see if we have any developments there. We have the new driver on the grid, Sonny Malucci. And it looks like he's at the back of El Naji at the minute. And it doesn't look like there's going to be any moves made here. Another battle happening in the championship is between Soteris Talk and Chris Walker. They're not separated by much, so that's going to be one to watch out for as well. As it's still Victor Correa, P4. Looking for a way past Gajewski, if he can get one. Meanwhile, Graz got nearly a 2-second gap already to the next car, so he's just off on one. Meanwhile, we have some swapping of positions a bit further down the field. Malucci goes off, so I'm not sure what happened there. A car behind him goes off, that were Danny Caffey. And meanwhile, this is still the battle for P2, still raging on. Victor Correa, who started in P2, so he's going to be looking to try and get those positions back if he can. And just in front of him is these two red and black cars of Maz Nera and Valentin Gajewski. Very close racing, and just behind them is Mission Spinout. He'll be looking for a way past. Then there's a little bit of a gap. We have Nikola Chima. He's in a little bit of a race of his own there. And it looks like Chris Walker's overtaken Soteris Torque. That's going to be important for the championship. He's going to extend his lead over Soteris Torque if they could get a move done. And what's this? It looks like Correa side by side with Gajewski. He got ahead momentarily. He's ahead now. He goes up the inside. Can he make it stick? It doesn't look like it. It looks like Gajewski's still got his nose in front just for now. It's right up the bumper. Can Correa make a move? He's having a look. He's having a look. He's still just got his nose in front, but I don't think it's going to be enough. As they're coming to round this final bit, and it looks like this battling is letting Spinout get right on the back of Correa. As my internet has a moment for a second, my apologies for that. Noel Comey, thank you very much for the follow, much appreciated. And it looks like, is that Spinout who's gone off? Spinout's gone off! And that's going to let Nikola Chima get ahead. And that's a shame, because he was looking for those positions. So it's Arthur Gra who leads over 3 seconds to the rest of the field. Absolutely blitzing ahead. Maznera P2, still closely followed by Gajewski. Closely followed by Victor Correa. This is definitely going to be the battle to watch. And it looks like we do actually have some traffic already. Just 5 minutes into the race. That shows you just how short this circuit is. And I think that's Saleh El Naji at the back of the grid there. Maybe he had a moment earlier on. But it looks like Correa is going side by side with Gajewski yet again. These two are not giving each other an inch. And can Correa get the move to stick? He goes round the outside. Gajewski to the inside. It's like deja vu, but it looks like Correa has his nose in front now. And he takes the position. He goes onto the podium. Fantastic overtaking manoeuvre. Gajewski is right back at him though. So close between these two. Not giving each other an inch. But it looks like Correa has got the move done for now. Fantastic racing between these two. And remember, the more and more these two battle, the further and further ahead Arthur Gra's going to go. 4 seconds now to the rest of the grid. Absolutely on fire. And Correa's going to be looking to catch Nera now if he can clear Gajewski. Gajewski, we know, a very fast driver. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see if there's been any developments in the midfield. It looks like Chima still in his own race, but Spinow not too far behind him. And then he's followed by Walker and Torque. We're also battling for positions in the championship. Then we have quite a bit of a gap to Cafe and Alessandro Mallard. They're quite close together, actually. And it looks like there's a bit of a ding-dong here, and was there a bit of contact there with Sonny Malucci? As Alessandro Mallard goes round the outside, he's looking right up the back of Danny Cafe. Danny Cafe goes off a little bit wide. Is Alessandro Mallard going to get a move here? as we have the we have the F1 theme. Thank you very much for redeeming that, and there's been contact. Malad's off. Malad got a little bit of a pump from Malucci, and that's going to be unfortunate for him as he goes off. He was having quite a good bit of a battle there, but that might be something looked at the stewards after the race. No, I should have probably disabled those those things. That's my bad, is that? Just give me a second. I'll turn them off. Professional streaming here, guys. Only professional streaming. Alright, let's take another look. It looks like Correa's got into P2 now. Sorry I missed that as I was sorting my stream out. But yeah, it looks like Correa's got into P2 now. And is he going to be able to catch up to Gra with a 4-second gap? Nera down to P3, Gajewski down to P4. Now we'll see if there's any more developments there. And it looks like Malucci and Cafe. Malucci's got ahead of Cafe, so they're having a bit of a battle still. This is for P9 for the top 10 positions. There will probably be an incident report with that bit of contact with Malucci. We'll see. But that was a very unfortunate little bit of contact. But it looks like Gajewski and Nera are battling it out. These two are very close at the minute. Gajewski's in the slipstream coming onto the start-finish straight. The only real sort of straight on this circuit. But you never know, Gajewski might be trying to play the long game here. He might be. We've seen Imola try the no-stop strategy, and it worked for him at the Laguna Seca circuit. So it could be possible that Gajewski's just sitting back in the toe of Nero, and he's just going to try and save fuel, and when these guys in front pit, take the lead and try and consolidate his lead there. So that's a possibility. And just staying in the slipstream all the time is going to be saving fuel. Yeah, let's see if there's any developments in the midfield. This is Walker and Torque. Walker's going slowly. It just looks like he just held Torque up a little bit there. Torque's right all over the back of them. Remember, this is the battle for a championship position as well. But Chris Walker pulls ahead for now. Ooh, did he lose the rear a little bit there? It looks like he just held onto it, but that's going to let Torque get right onto the back of him. And Torque's going to look up the inside, and Torque gets the move done, does he? He's gone up the inside on Chris Walker. And he's made it stick. That's Soteres Torque up into P7 now, that is. That's a good move for Soteres Torque. That's going to help him overtake Walker. But is Walker going to come back now? Walker up the inside. It looks like he is. And he forces Torque around the outside. And Chris Walker re-gets the position. He's back into P6. Fantastic ding-dong between these two. And it looks like Walker now is going to pull ahead a little bit of a gap. Fantastic battle between these two drivers. Alright, have there been any other battles or developments? It looks like Spinow's back up to P5 now, so he's recovering back into the position where he was before he went off track, so that's good for him. Meanwhile, he's just in a world of his own. A 4.5 second gap to the rest of the field. And if he wins this race, he is going to go ahead in the championship. That's fantastic stuff from him. The battle for P3 still raging on. Gajewski still all over the back of Nera. And it looks like Victor Correa's pulled ahead a little bit. He's in a bit of a race of his own. But is this Gajewski going for the move on Nera? He goes round the... Oh, and there's contact, was there? No, there wasn't. That's just my internet. But no, Mars Nera defends from Gajewski. So Gajewski still behind Nera. It doesn't look like he's being too aggressive. And Nera defending. And has Nera gone off? Looks like... Yeah, Nera had a bit of a moment there, so Gajewski's gone through to P3. And it looks like it were a back marker. Was that Chima? I think it was Cafe, yeah. So it looks like as they were getting past the traffic, it held Mars Nera up and let Gajewski slip through, so Gajewski up to P3 now. Torque has re-overtaken Chris Walker again. These two still at it. They've been at it all race. But it's Torque who has the advantage for now. Fantastic stuff between these two. And it looks like Mallard's made up a couple of positions. But Alessandro Mallard up into P10. And Caffey's dropped back. They must be pitting, probably for fuel at the halfway point. We might see a few drivers diving into the pits to take on some fuel. I thought there was a battle between Chima and Torque, but it doesn't look like it. So Walker and Torque. Walker over the track a little bit there, and ooh, that was a bit of a naughty one. Just a bit of contact with a back marker there. That might be one to look at after the race. There's Walker bullying the back marker a little bit. I think that were actually Olnaji who he bullied. So that were a bit cruel. The SIMLiga man. I'll be having a look at that after the race. But that's actually given Torque a bit of a gap now. Well, that's going to be good for him. There's Olnaji. And there's Rebek. Don't know if he's fighting for position here with Mallard. I think he might be. There is Alessandro Mallard. And he's just gone a little bit wide there. Can he defend from Rebek? Well, I think this is a battle for position with Rebek, and it is. Rebek goes through as they come up to T1 now. The big right-hander. Mallard's got the outside line. Rebek goes defensive. But it looks like Rebek's through. He's going to hold on as they come up the hill now to the tight right-hander. Can Mallard get a move done here? No, Torque still holds on. Mallard goes a little bit wide, and it looks like Rebek is going to pull ahead just a little bit. Have we got any other close battles going on? Chima still in a bit of a race of his own. In P6 is pulling into the pits now, probably to take on a little bit of fuel. How's Malucci doing? The new driver. He's just getting lapped now by Gajewski and Nera. Is this Torque and Walker? Close again, it is. It looks like there were a back marker there that's slowed Torque down a little bit. Walker, can he clear another back marker without punting them this time? Looks like he can. And Chima, Nicola Chima's got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. But it looks like the back marker just held up Chris Walker just enough for Torque to keep his gap. So that's good for him. McGrath still 4 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Was that Mallard who's just gone off? I think it was. Mallard, he'll be getting lapped now. So Gajewski and Nera. It looks like Gajewski is pulling a bit of a gap to Mars Nera. Alright, Torque and Walker back at it again. Torque defending for now. Walker right behind him. It looks like Walker might have the race pace here, but Torque's doing a good job of holding him off. This is for the championship position, remember. There's only a couple of points between them. Is Walker going for a move around the outside? Walker does go around the outside, but Torque holding that inside line. The rub doors a little bit there. And Torque goes into the inside again. And it looks like he's holding off Walker just for now. But this has been Walker's favourite overtaking place. Can he get a move done here? Right up Torque's bumper there. As they go left, then they go right, and it looks like Walker has just slipped up the inside of Torque, but he goes wide on the exit. Can Torque get the switch back? No, Walker just holds on. Fantastic move again by Walker. He closed down the gap, and now he's ahead. What can they do now? Can he hold on position? Torque goes back up the inside for the next corner, but Walker still ahead. No move there for Torque. As a car goes off in the background there. I'm not sure if that was Chima or Cafe. I believe it was Nicola Chima. Pretty impressive from El Naji. He's playing with his mouse because he could not set up his wheel. Well, yeah, he's in the top 10. As Torque and Walker still going at it. But yeah, he's in the top 10 with mouse and keyboard. That's a pretty good performance by him. There he is, Sally El Naji in the top 10. I don't know the gap, unfortunately, because it doesn't tell me that in my statistics here. But he is in the top 10 on mouse and keyboard. Fantastic stuff. Now let's go back to the battle with Walker and Torque. It looks like Walker is pulling ahead of Torque ever so slightly. But he's gone wide. He's gone wide. Could this be an opportunity for Torque to regain that P6 position? He's looking. But Chris Walker just covers him off as they go left, go right once again. And it looks like Torque just got over the grass and lost a little bit of grip there, but he's got the tighter line. Does he have the better exit? Let's see as they come across the start-finish straight then. And it is Walker who leads Torque. As we come into the final 9 minutes of the race now. And yeah, looks like Walker is pulling ahead. We'll definitely be keeping our eyes on this one. And I think Gra is actually coming up to lap them. Well over 4 seconds still in front of the rest of the field. And I think this is the only battle we've got on track at the minute. And I'll keep my eyes peeled as Torque just goes off wide there, and that's definitely gonna let Walker pull ahead a little bit. Just behind him we've got Alessandro Rebecca. It looks like we've got a couple of retirements here. One from Sonny Malucci, our new driver, and one from Nicola Chima, so that's unfortunate. But Rebecca's coming for his refuel. That's let Mallard get up a position, up into P8 now. So he's doing quite well in the top 10. There still is a bit of a gap between Walker and Torque. They're about to get lapped by Arthur Grant. So a lot of cars actually not come in for a pit stop, so I'm wondering if on this short circuit the full tank, even with the 2 times fuel use, is enough to get to the end. There's Alessandro Mallard. It looks like there's a bit of a gap to El Nagy. He'll be trying to catch up. Doing a fantastic job to say he's using mouse and keyboard. We have Alessandro Rebec, he's P10. Danny Caffey, P11. He had a pretty good race at the start. He was getting into some good battles. I'm sure he'll be going to the end and just getting those points finishes. Very consistent driver, Caffey. I've never seen him not finish a race. And it's good to see him always improving. Looks like Walker has got a gap to talk now. Looks like the field has spread out somewhat. See where Rebec comes out after his pit stop. I think he's quite a way back from El Nagy. So El Nagy's top 10 points quite safe. Then we have Mallard, he's just been lapped. Yeah, there's a bit of a gap there to talk then. Looks like Chris Walker is going to pull away from him. Mission Spinow in P5. He's recovered from his earlier off-track. It looks like he's just sort of in his own race, really. He'll just be trying to keep his head down, keep things consistent. But here is your man in P1. As it stands, he will be a championship leader. As we come in now to the final 5 minutes of the race. Now, will these drivers need to do a splash and dash at the end or not? That's the question. We have seen in this series once or twice the no-stop strategy can work, but it's a risky one. It's a very risky one. So we'll just have to see how it plays out. Right, while the race is quietened down a little bit, let's have a look at... These were the championship standings before we came into the race. Gajewski and Gra joint first on 94. Imola didn't race today, so that's unfortunate. Mission Spinow, if he can finish in the points, could close up and potentially overtake Dario Imola. Maz Nera, with his position, could overtake Yakimchik. Chris Walker could extend his lead over Torque. No Elspass today. A points finish for El Nagy will be nice. He can potentially close up to Elspass, who also didn't race today, so looking good. So the field actually quite spread out. As we come into the final 3 minutes of the race then, there's only going to be 4, maybe 5 laps after this. Now, El Nagy is actually up to P9 now. And it looks like he's battling with Alessandro Mallard, so we do have a bit of a ding-dong on track. If Mallard can fend off from El Nagy. Let's see then as they come into T1. Mallard's staying quite tight, and El Nagy's got on the racing line, so he's going to get a much better exit As they come into the braking zone for the tight right-hander, El Naji looks up the inside, but there's nothing there for him. Mallard closes the door. He had his car ahead, he's perfectly entitled to do that. Keeping his line tight, trying not to give El Naji any gap. And this will be a good finish for Mallard if he can get up into P8, but it'll also be a good finish for El Naji as well. All over the back of Mallard now. As they come into the final sector, he's looking up the inside. Can El Naji keep it in front? No, he can't. Mallard goes back in front, and it looks like El Naji just backs out of it. And yeah, he's gonna back out, and he's gonna try again on the next lap into the final 2 minutes. So if he wants to get a move done, he's gonna have to get it done pretty sharpish. As they come into T1 again now, that final marker board, that's the braking board. Mallard goes in, he hits the apex nicely. El Naji even tighter on the line, he might have the better exit here. As they come into the uphill braking zone, under the bridge now, Mallard still in front, hits the apex again nicely. And he goes out wide, and El Naji is still all over the back of him, he's looking for the gap, he's being patient, waiting for that gap to show itself. He goes a little bit wide, and oh, Masnera's got a penalty. Speeding in the pit lane, and there's been some developments at the front. Correa now leads as Arthur Gra. He's had to come in for a splash and dash, and it looks like he's just leaving the pits now, and that puts Victor Correa as the race leader. Gra couldn't go to the end of the race on this tank. Now there's only a minute left, so can Correa and Gajewski make the no-stop work, or are they going to have to come in for fuel? Now the gap to the race lead is 20 seconds to Gra. No, Victor Correa, he's had to come in for a splash and dash as well. He can't make it to the end of the race. So that's going to put Gajewski, provisional race leader, if he can get to the end of the race. There's less than a minute left. And what a turnout this would be, as Gajewski now goes as the leader of the race. Now Correa's coming out of the pits. He's going to be in P2. And where's Gra? Is Gra going to come out ahead of Victor Correa? Or is he going to have to fight for position? He does. Gra goes P2. So the top two drivers in the championship go P1 and P2 in the race. And can Gajewski just make it to the end with 0 stops? A very, very risky strategy. But just staying behind the toe when he was battling with Masnera, that could be it. And it looks like that's the race win for Valentin Gajewski, who will now lead the championship after Arthur Gra had to go for the splash and dash. So P1 Gajewski, he goes first in the championship again, followed by Arthur Gra in P2 yet again. There's nothing to separate these two guys in the Aquila CR1 Championship. There's Victor Correa. He comes home in P3, so that's going to be some good points for him. Mission spin out in P4. A very nice race from him. Chris Walker, he's promoted to P5. And it looks like Soteris Torque was P7 after Masnera got his drive-through. He wasn't able to get past him in time, so that's going to be good news for Walker. Alessandro Mallard finishes P8, so good points for him. Rebecca P9. El Naji comes home to finish out the top 10 on mouse and keyboard, so you've got to give it to him. Great drive from him today. Danny Caffey, the ever-consistent race finisher, P11, he's going to come home with some points. And then Malucci and Chima, unfortunately, get DNFs. That was an absolutely insane race. Another win for Valentin Gajewski. What a race that was. Unbelievable race. Mallard Duck, OMG, I'm 8th. Yep, P8 finished. That was amazing. Congratulations, fantastic result for you, Mallard Duck Quick. Sotospor is nice. Yeah, fantastic race, especially between you and Walker. Watching that was some fantastic racing right there. I'm not sure if the results upload straight away or not. Right, let's have a look. Let's see if we can get that up for you. Now you were saving fuel halfway. Yeah, did you do the no stop? Some people made it work. Some people had to come in for a splash and dash. So what an unbelievable race yet again. And let's see if we can get these championship results up for you. The last 3 laps had to go slow to make a no-stop work. Yeah. Hi, Chris. Great race, pleasure to watch, and commentary was on par. Great stuff. Thank you very much for the kind words. Much appreciated. Had 1 litre fuel left as I crossed the finish. That's nuts. A little saving thanks to being lapped. Yeah, it can help you out sometimes, which is always funny. Let's see if I can get this championship thing up for you. Do it now. And there you go. This should come up on stream for you now. So P1 in the championship, Valentin Gajewski yet again leads Arthur Gra by 4 points. This championship is absolutely crazy. Mission Spinow does overtake Dario Imola, as Imola got a DNF last race and didn't race today, so he couldn't extend those points. So Spinow goes P3, then Chris Walker P5, there's a bit of a gap there. And here, I think he actually overtakes Mars Nera there after Nera's drive-through penalty. So, yeah, that's not helped Nera out at all, getting that penalty. Just 1 point separates these two, so battle for P5 is going to be interesting. Not far behind, of course, is Teres Talk. He's 7 points behind P5. Sergei Yakimchik, he hasn't shown up for a couple of races, so I'm not sure if he'll be back. Victor Correa, after his podium, P3, on 39 points now, so positions 5 to P9, separated by only 8 points. Crazy stuff. Then we have Alessandro Rebec to close out the top 10, joint with El Naji on 28 points. 1 point behind them, of course, the ever-persistent Danny Caffey. Always good to see him getting points, finishing his races. No show from Elspass today. Unfortunate for him, as I think he lost out on a couple of positions. Then we have Alessandro Mallard. I think he's the last active driver in this championship, with 20 points. Oh no, my apologies. Nicola Cima also, after he retired today with 9 points. Samuel Koivico, unfortunately, we've not seen him for a few. And Sonny Malucci did turn up, but yeah, unfortunately for him, it was a retirement. And I believe the rest of the drivers are either yet to score points or yet to turn up for an event. But there you go, guys. Let's catch up with chat real quick. This race was nuts, it certainly was. Moved up to P5. Yeah, awesome. Sotus boys, I'm 8th. You are 8th by not many points at all. That's so close, it certainly is. Didn't know you got Nera, you were just focused on top. Yep, 1 point ahead of Nera. I hope you liked our battles. I certainly have. Had fun banging doors. I have enjoyed your battles, you can probably hear it in my sore throat. It's great. All being all over, the rejoin. Yeah, absolutely fantastic race. But that's it, guys, that is the race. That's everything from me today. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. Remember, type !SIMLiga into the chat if you want to join the SIMLiga community and join awesome championships like this one. If you want to see more from me, as far as broadcasting and general sim racing related streams go, I'd very much appreciate it if you could hit that follow button. I'd very much appreciate that. But that's your race today, guys. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all at the same time next week, where we will be at, he says, knowing everything, where we will be at Suzuka, if I can get my words out. So yeah, same time next week, we're going to be at Suzuka around 6, and we'll see what happens in the championship. Will Gajewski extend his lead, or will Gra come back and level things out again? You just don't know. These two have been going at it every single race, and what an exciting season this is turning out to be. Well, thanks again.